Concrete lessons, yeah, I learned them young. Cold world, gotta keep my heart numb. Bars on the window, demons in my lungs. Survive or die slow where I'm from. Concrete.
Ooh, Kyle, 6 count. The problem with this pattern is if you get a little earlier because of how fresh the backs are. They're not always down as much as they usually are when you're going through qualifying. So this is a fresh pair, so they haven't really pulled on this pair. Kyle, uh, if you're going to start with an open, that's where you want to start with your first open, the first one. Kyle is throwing a hammer effect tour. And JT is throwing a. Look at Magic Gem. Oh, they kick it a 10. Good shot. Look better than the last one, though. Just no frills. Get the ball to the pocket. Don't let it be overly aggressive. When the ball gets to the pins the way it needs to. If you touch the fritz too much on a pattern like this, the ball's going to want to really shape really hard on you. So you got to control your front of that and understand what kind of motion you need to get through the pins. So he's going a really slow ball motion. Nothing too crazy. And that's not going to sit there. It doesn't want to do anything but sit and lay on there. So it doesn't get overly aggressive because it's a slower coverage. Actually, he's not throwing back toward. He's throwing a. He's throwing an IQAI. Ooh, and the runaway. Runaway. He's throwing the IQAI right now. Symmetrical, hydrate, slower differential, lower differential ball. One of my favorite cores. Because you want to use these goalie balls that control the front to back and not be super angular off the path. You got two totally different play styles now. You got one that's spending probably 25 less with one, and one that's playing pretty straight. So I like the fact that we take different styles on here. Um, that's the thing about this pattern in the middle. If it's fresh, it gets super crisp. You just gotta watch it. You can get that ball to friction. Tough spare ball. 9-10. Using a high mix to go at it. And he chopped it off. Yeah, so you tough spare to shoot it. So, that one. All right, JT back up on the right hand, working on a double. He's got pretty trying to put it on cruise control right now and keep yourself clean and try to get yourself to be more even keel when the game starts to get a little bit you know stuff like that. Yeah. So JT with a triple looks pretty locked in right now. Yes, it's on YouTube, TikTok. Yeah, that one. Hey, oh, bro, I appreciate you, bro. um, well, I wouldn't suggest putting your ball in the house. But, we have one that is temperature control. Oh, JT Chad with the first score. Just no frills, get the ball there, do what you do. Kyle's making a ball change. I believe he's going to an Excel, if I'm not mistaken. A little bit bigger cover, a little bit bigger core. Still a lot of ball change. I think he's in the wrong part of the lane. He's in the most confused part of the lane, and I think because he was there for like the last 4 or 5 games, maybe he was trying to. Oh, yeah. I mean, I have my own oven too. So yes. Only chops and processed a lot. It's just very hard when the ball exits the pattern really hard. So that's the biggest thing. When the ball exits the pattern, how is it going to exit? Like that has its trying to go. Yes, just put it on. And turn the knob, and it will. If it's to 140 degrees, it should be good to go. I think you should have paid the whole time. I think if you would have put it in front of the lady, probably be more shoot. On this pattern, you want to try to play more towards the gutter rather than on the inside, especially on fresh, because when we bowl team event, we break them down to the outside so you can create your hook spot. The middles on this pattern are very jumpy. So you got to control how much the ball gets through it. And this big ball that he has is really slow and nothing too crazy. Away, keeps himself at a good count. 9 spares, always good. Never upset about 9 spares. You're gonna keep yourself at bay when you're trying to get the ball to go through the ball through the pins the right way. But you also don't want to get too grabby to the point of it makes the ball overhead. And he gives them an opening to try to get back to it. So now it is 117th and 5th for JT Chad, and Kyle is at 56 and 5th working on a spare. Let's see if JT can get back on the horse and get himself back to them. You can give them out over there. I appreciate it. Yeah, start at one for me and then work your way this way. Thanks, bud. Same with the day your first miss, and you think about where you're going. That's where your brain has. I know what I want to hear. I know how I want to control it, but can I control it? Yeah, you gotta let go. Your hand has to be loose on the pattern. No tension. Just switch to an NU 2.0. That's gonna get inside still. You can use a little bit smaller ball. So maybe try to get the push through the front and still missed out a little too quick on the shot. Yeah. So when you don't get the motion that you've been looking at for the last 3 4 games, it makes your head start to think about which direction you want to go. And your 2.0? Oh, that great. I thought that ball was like the fence pump thing. This guy threw it a little too quick there. He did the right thing by trying to project it more, but that ball didn't get around the corner. If you'd like to get into our raffle, click the QR code on the screen, and you can enter yourself into win a concept or a 78B. Click the screen, and you guys can enter your. You guys can, you know, get into the raffle at $10. If you guys like to support our stream, you guys can use that QR code. It's a really good shot by Mr. Chad. But yeah, like I said, if you guys want to get into the raffle to win a concept for a 78D purple hammer, click the QR code on the screen. Yeah, and it'll take you straight to our raffle entries, and you guys can get in and put your information. And when we get to 25, we will call out the winner. But yeah, DXBProShop.com if you guys want to go visit that. Got a good match going right now. JT kind of put a little bit of control here. The spares here, or Marty did. It's a game out of reach right there. So there's a possibility of winning. And Kyle can go punch out Kyle. 57, so JT just works out and wins the game. That quoted for you guys again while this end of this match is going. Like I said, we hold a tournament every month. I'm not sure of the next one yet because I have to see the available dates, but it will be out. We will be. I will give you guys all the updated stuff for you guys to do that. This is the 5th or 6th tournament we've run here. One of the more successful ones. We had a couple of PBA guys show up, so that's cool. You'll see them in our next. One of them in the next match. You'll see Mr. D-Ron Booker bowling in the next match, which is very humble to have him come up bowling our total. Yeah, Mr. D-Ron Booker will be bowling against JT Chad. D-Ron will get started in position and choice of lane because he is the higher seed. I do, and I'm going to take a picture of him before JT looks pretty locked in. See, sometimes having the 5th seed or the bottom, the first match lets you kind of situate yourself to where you want, how you want the day to start. Because sometimes being the 1 seed isn't always the best thing. Because you got to sit around and wait for all that stuff. So, it's a lot of thought going into where you want your position to be, and when you do get there, you just got to make a best of it. JT, definitely got this match. JT trying to put it in control, finish that game. Like I said, we got Mr. D-Ron Booker coming up on the next one. Yeah, we'll be right back.
Concrete lessons, yeah, I learned them young. Cold world, gotta keep my heart numb. Bars on the window, demons in my lungs. Survive or die slow.